3.5 years, no one from Pakatan Rakyat, no office bearers from Pakatan Rakyat has successfully applied for land for development purposes. This is something that Barisan Nasional can imagine of. This is something they cannot imagine of, that we can have a clean government. And we also proven that for the past 3.5 years, we have proven that we can establish a transparent government. All our major projects we will have open tender. And at the State Assembly, we are more advanced than our parliament. The Selangor State Assembly is more advanced than the Malaysian Parliament. We are the first assembly, we are the first legislature far ahead of our parliament. We have passed the Freedom of Information Act, put ourselves at par with the Commonwealth country. We are of international standard. And until today, we have not seen anything. We have not seen anything like that in the parliament. And at the State Assembly, we are the first one. Selangor State Assembly is the first one in Malaysia that have live telecast of our day one proceedings. So you can watch our adults debating all the government issues in the day one, live, of course, through internet. But you have not seen this in our parliament. After 54 years, they still don't have the confidence and courage to do so. But in Selangor, we are the first term government and we have the courage to do it because we have the political will to make a change. And besides, we have also set up 4 additional select committees to scrutinize our own government. No government wants to be scrutinized by the parliament. But in Selangor, our state government opened ourselves to be scrutinized by the assemblymen. Whether they are from the ruling party or they are from the opposition, they can be a member in all these select committees. We have select committees that oversee our state management, the PAC, Public Accounts Committee. We have select committees that oversee the annexation of our land office and our district office. We have select committees that scrutinize our local government. And we have also select committees that scrutinize all our statutory bodies and all the government-owned companies. And this has never been done in Malaysia. Selangor, the Pakatan Rakyat state, is the first one who has done it. And we have also set up a committee which has the power to call for public hearing. And all of you know this is called SELCAT, Special Select Committee on Competency, Accountability and Transparency. And you can see from internet, it is also live telecast. And it has been chaired by me. I think you should know by now we have SELCAT, which can call public hearing. That has never happened in this country for the past 54 years. Pakatan Rakyat will do it again. We make a change. We want to make sure that our government, the Malaysian government, and we start from Selangor, we must be at par with other parliaments in this world. And of course, with our achievement so far, Barisan Nasional has done nothing at national level to match us. There are no match to us. If we can do it in Selangor, certainly when we go to Putrajaya, we can do the same thing in Putrajaya. Of course, by then, I will request to be the Speaker of the Parliament. Only my request. For the past 3.5 years, while we are managing the Selangor finance, we have presented three budgets. And for the past 3 years, all our budgets are balanced budgets. Balanced budget means we can make use of our income to cover all our expenditure. this is a balanced budget. But for Barisan Nasional, for more than 10 years, they have been presenting a deficit budget. And recently, for the past few days, some of the Barisan Nasional MPs, they have condemned our MPs for not being consistent because their attempt to pass a law to increase the allowance for MP has been turned down by Pakatan Rakyat. So some of them say our MPs are being inconsistent because in Selangor in July, we have passed a law to increase the allowance for adults. But in Parliament, we say no. They say we are not being consistent. But they forget, in Selangor, we have a balanced budget. We have an increased reserve. We are making money. We've been making money for the past 3 years. We're having a balanced budget. But look at Najib's budget. He has a budget, he has a deficit of 4.7% of deficit. So when your income cannot cover your expenditure and you have to dig into your reserves, it is certainly unreasonable to ask for a pay hike. And that's the reason we say, MP, you are not allowed to have your salary increase. But Selangor, you can do so because you are doing well. That is the difference. We can have a balanced budget. We are able to increase our reserve. Barisan Nasional has not been able to do so. And look at the budget. It is a ridiculous budget. Last year, I said the budget for 2011 is the most ridiculous budget in Malaysian history because only 26% of the budget were used for development purposes. But this year, I would say the budget for 2012 is even worse because only 22% of the budget will be used for development purposes. Now, this is a government that don't know how to run this country. This is a Barisan Nasional government that has failed, that has proven themselves failed to be a good government. So we are very sure when we go to Jaya at the end of this month, or next year, or in 2013, we will certainly do better than Barisan Nasional. We will have a balanced budget. We will make sure sufficient fund is allocated for education, not only for the students, but also for the working class. We want to make sure that we can upgrade their working skills. We want to make sure they can increase their productivity. We want to make sure sufficient fund is used to upgrade the skill and the capability of the workers. Unlike Barisan Nasional, they are only good in giving subsidies. Subsidies will not help us, but our fund to have more courses, our education program will help to increase, to upgrade, to enhance our human being, our working class value. This is what we are going to do. So trust us, and I'm very sure by now you can differentiate between Barisan Nasional and Pakatan Rakyat. You know the difference between the policy of Pakatan Rakyat and the policy of Barisan Nasional. So please stay with us. Make sure that for the next 50 years, your vote, your support will be for Pakatan Rakyat. And make sure Barisan Nasional will go. Barisan Nasional, make sure that Najib will be the last Prime Minister of Barisan Nasional. Thank you.